Hello and welcome to Me, the Wife and Wrexham AFC.
A weekly podcast and YouTube channel where we discuss all things Wrexham.
So sit back, put your feet up, relax and let's get stuck in.
And welcome to Me, the Wife and Wrexham AFC, episode 192.
You okay?
Yeah.
Happy Mother's Day to Siân for what is now yesterday, and to any mums in the UK. Hope you had a great Mother's Day yesterday. Because the Americans and all the other countries seem to do it in May. But we do it in March for some reason because we like to be different. But if you are listening in the UK, happy Mother's Day for yesterday. You got quite a few little gifts, didn't you, off our son? Do you want to show everyone who's watching on YouTube, and I will describe it the best I can, what you got as a gift for Mother's Day?
Well, first of all, I had a basket full of my favourite things, like
goodies.
Yes, like poppadoms, Pringles, cream eggs, strawberry laces, bourbon biscuits.
Yes.
I wouldn't say they were my favourite, but I like them. And it seems to be all of Alfie's favourite things as well.
Yeah, there's a lot of our son's favourite things in the basket that was given to you for Mother's Day, which... Call it a coincidence? I don't know. But what was the main thing that you got
from our son? The main thing I got was this T-shirt. So let me just undo my cardigan. It basically says, "Ollie Rathbone, have my children," which is the famous quote from Mark Griffiths. I was going to say Dave Griffiths. Mark Griffiths, when he scored the screamer against. Can't remember.
Can't you? No. QPR.
So I got this T-shirt. Yeah. Ollie Rathbone, have my children.
It's a nice T-shirt.
It is a nice T-shirt. I'm going to do it back up though because I'm really cold.
It was I think me and our son saw it and we thought that's a fun little gift.
Yeah, Mother's Day is a bit awkward because I don't like having things bought for me anyway.
No.
Like I said to our son, you could have just got me a card and I would have been happy, and just not been horrible to me for a day. He's not horrible. I'm only joking. So thank you very much for all my presents. I do love them.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm really cold.
So yeah, look, to all of the people watching on YouTube, if you are not subscribed, but you find that you keep coming back, or you're brand new and you like what you see, then why not subscribe to the channel, like the video. Let's get these subscribers up. Let's get to 2,000. That's the next aim. If you're listening as a podcast and you enjoy it, then why not leave us a 5-star review on Apple, Spotify, or whatever platform that you're listening on. You can also find us on social media at Me The Wife Pod. Or you can email us, methewife and wrexhamafc@gmail.com. As of next week, to make it a little bit easier for people to get in touch with us, not that we sort of feel like emails starting to be a little outdated, and that's the main way that people seem to get in touch with us. The email address will stay, but as of next week, we will have a WhatsApp number that you can voice note us on, send us messages into the show, and we'll read them, and it'll be a lot easier for you guys who listen and watch to get in touch, and it'll be a lot easier for us to be able to monitor this sort of stuff and get back to people. But yeah, that will be here as of next week. One of the many small changes to make this show slightly better as we move along. What's coming up anyway?
This week's show, I was going to try and get in there before you said, what's on this week's show, Sean? Or Shano, as you started.
Shano.
I don't like that.
Okay.
I don't like you calling me Sean, to be honest.
No, it's a bit weird.
It is a bit weird.
For the purposes of this, it makes sense, but yes.
Yeah, I don't think you can call me babe on here.
Nah.
So what's your opinion, babe? So on this week's show, we talk about our 2 home games that were last week against Hull City and Swansea. We talk about more rival fan meltdowns because this seems to be...
Oh, it's gone mad this week.
Yeah.
Lots of fans of other teams having complete meltdowns about Wrexham. I found it quite funny. We'll have a little chat about that.
We've been, Ryan Reynolds and Rob McElhenney have been our owners for a good few years now. So it's like, it's really dull and boring now. Just,
Yeah, it starts to ramp up.
Yeah, weirdly.
Yeah.
Ryan's Welsh Word of the Week will be coming up. We look ahead at yet another double game week, which they're coming in thick and fast at the minute. We've got 9 games left.
I know, that's mad to think.
And only 3 of those are at home, so the rest are away, which is disgusting.
Look, we are. Yeah, I know. The end of the season is rapidly approaching, and it doesn't feel that long ago that we were stood in the stands down in Southampton for the opening game of the season. That does not feel that long ago. And in the blink of an eye, we've got 9 games left. Next time we do this podcast, there'll only be 7. It's crazy. It is crazy how quick the season's gone. But,
So we're going to be looking ahead at our 2 away games that we've got coming up. So we've got Watford on Tuesday and we have got Sheffield United on Saturday. Both away. There.
Yeah, and of course we got the quiz coming up right at the end, so stay tuned for that. I suppose we'll talk about the fume first. We'll get into that. So there was lots and lots of reaction to Ryan and Rob's alternative commentary of the Swansea game on Sky Sports. I think it was available to international fans. I think in Australia it was on beIN Sports. So it was available. It was out there in the world. But there was lots of reaction to this online. I'll read out some of the comments that I picked out. They wouldn't do this for any other club. That was the first one I saw. Saw that one quite a bit. Why do we have to sit through this?
You didn't have to.
You didn't have to.
You didn't
could
have
turned
to.
over. This is an absolute joke. I have had to pick and choose these because obviously family friendly. Didn't want to be just throwing all of the comments in because there was a lot I couldn't use. Somebody else, even as a Wrexham fan, I found it a little bit cringy. There was
that's a disgrace.
Literally everything that is wrong with football.
Oh gosh, get a grip.
If
that's what you think is wrong with football, then you are just delusional.
We'll go through these in a minute. And then there was another one I picked out, absolutely disgraceful. That went into a tirade of lots of swear words, so I just picked up 2 words from that one.
You just need to get a life, seriously.
There was hundreds. There was hundreds upon thousands of comments about this. Before we get into it, I'll ask you, Sian, what was your opinion on Ryan and Rob doing it in the first place? Go.
Well, I didn't really have an opinion, to be honest, because they're both comedic actors.
Fair to say.
Half of the things that they come out with are hilarious, I think. They can be serious, obviously. But I knew that obviously there was a commentator with them who knows how to commentate a football game. So we knew that Rob and Ryan, who were on co-coms, they weren't commentating the whole thing. They were on co-coms. We knew that it was just going to be tongue in cheek. We just knew that. We knew, if you know anything about Rob and Ryan, they're very tongue-in-cheek about everything. And I just feel like people need to get a life, really, because you didn't have to watch it. It was a red button option. So if you didn't want to listen to them, so the guy...
We do keep calling it red button because we're of a certain age. I think basically what Sky did, they put... So Sky Sports main event was the normal commentary, and then Sky Sports Football had the alternative commentary. You're not wrong in what you say.
So you didn't have to watch the commentary. So the guy who said, why do we have to sit through this, or woman, I don't even know who it was, you didn't have to. There was nobody holding a gun to your head and saying, look, you know, you have to listen to this for 90 minutes. So that comment, I've scrapped that right now. It's rubbish. You know, and even...
Can I jump in with as you're making your comment, because I will forget each point that you're making. So what? Just as like a sort of side point to that, a lot of people were saying like, why do we have to sit through this? People were replying with exactly what you've just said.
Yeah.
It is an alternative commentary. Now, you've got to bear in mind when we're talking about this, we didn't watch the game on TV because we were at the game. So we've sort of got to piece all this together from what certain people have said online. Now, the response to that was on the main channel. The one that didn't have the Rob and Ryan commentary, they did keep cutting away to them. And they also kept on referring to the fact of, why don't you switch over to this channel because they've got this. So that I'm just making a counterpoint to what you're saying. No, they didn't have to watch it. But what we don't know here is, why do we have to sit through this? Maybe they were watching the main channel to get away from the whole Rob and Ryan thing, but it would just kept on getting rammed down their throat. Potentially, I'm not saying that's the reason, but so I just thought I'd throw that in while you were making your point.
It's still a moot point, to be honest.
Yeah,
I just think, you know, it's just like, honestly, and I think no matter who your not managers, your owners are, I think I still honestly think that people are jealous of the way that, you know, our owners look after our club, and they haven't just come on just to like knock the stadium down and build a Asda or Tesco or a Walmart, if you like. They're from America, aren't they? Well, Rob is.
Yeah.
So yeah, I just think it was a bit of tongue in cheek. We didn't listen to it, but we did. When we came home, we had a little bit of a look at it, you know, because they obviously had a...
And you know what? I might as well be honest. It wasn't for me.
No.
It wasn't my sort of thing. And I don't think it was yours either.
I think it was just more like an interview type thing. But the commentator that was with them...
Yeah.
He was talking about the game, and this commentator was not biased towards Swansea or Wrexham. He was completely impartial. So it wasn't, you know, like it was all about Wrexham. It just happened to have the owners of Wrexham on there.
I personally couldn't have... I think I don't know what it is. Maybe if you watch a game of football in a certain way for 40 years.
Yeah.
And then I've never been a huge fan of alternative commentary. No. I've tried it on a few occasions. I've tried it when... I think I'm a big Oasis fan. And there was a Man City game in the Champions League, and Noel Gallagher did like an alternative commentary on that. I had to listen to that. Huge Noel Gallagher fan. I couldn't get into it. It wasn't. I like watching my football with, you know, like a proper commentator with co-coms by ex-players or something like that. And you know, so that I feel like, I don't know. It just... That's how I'm used to it. Yeah. And maybe I don't like deviating from that. I've watched alternative commentaries with like podcasts with fans on. And I obviously watched a little bit of this one with Ryan and Rob. And none of them are for me. I might as well be, you know, I'm not being biased.
So the general premise of it's not for you, not the fact that
it's,
who's on it.
Yeah, I just like my football, you know, pumped into my ears in a certain way, and it's just not for me. I don't look. I'll get into. I'm not going to spend loads of time on this, but I will get into. There was a lot of talk of, people saying, "Look, I don't. If this is what they want to do, I don't mind." But a lot of people felt like, well, where's the Swansea alternative to this? Why haven't they sought out somebody from Swansea to go, okay, the Swansea fans probably aren't going to want to listen to the Wrexham owners doing commentary. Why don't we give them an alternative? That was something that came up a lot.
I suppose because it was at the Stoke High Ras. They wouldn't have done it if it was away at Swansea.
One thing I will always say, I keep catching a glimpse of my jumper and it's very bright, so I do apologise if it's hurting your eyes. But one thing... I get that. One thing people have to remember is we don't know how this came about. A lot of people, if not all people, are making the assumption that Sky decided to do this. Sky approached Ryan and Rob, and it's all down to Sky. What we don't actually know is, did Rob and Ryan approach Sky to ask them to do this? We don't know that that's not the case, do we?
No.
So we don't know that. And all Sky have done in this is gone, oh yeah, all right then.
They've just seen
it
the
hasn't
money
been their
signs,
idea. We don't know this. Now, the point I've tried to make it to a couple of people online is, a few people have gone, whoever come up with this idea at Sky needs the sack. And I've gone back to him and I was like, you have got to be joking. Whoever came up with this idea is probably got a raise and a promotion, because we live in a world of rage baiting. We live in a world of engagement farming, and that's what businesses do now. They don't care if you love it, you hate it, or you're indifferent to it. Mm-hmm. Because guess what? If you put something out there in the world and what you want is impressions, you want clicks, you want comment, so 1,000 positive comments is exactly the same as 1,000 negative comments.
It all helps the algorithm, doesn't it?
It is exactly the same as 1,000 ambivalent comments. They're all the same. Mm-hmm. The algorithm is not deciphering whether this is a positive or negative comment. All it is seeing is a comment.
Yeah.
And that all drives more people to go and look at that. Now, for anybody out there who is sick of hearing about Wrexham,
stop talking about Wrexham.
Stop talking and commenting about Wrexham. And guess what? It will just go away. That is how the world works. The Wrexham fans are always going to comment and repost stuff about Wrexham, as with every fan of every club who uses social media. The reason Wrexham is so prominent is that there are far more rival fans commenting and posting about Wrexham than actual fans of Wrexham. And that drives the algorithm to think this is what everybody wants. So you get pushed more of it. But you're like, why am I getting pushed more of this? Because I hate it. It's because you keep commenting and sharing it.
That you hate it.
That is why you are getting more of it. All the algorithm's doing is going, this guy has commented 12 times about Wrexham. I'm going to push him more Wrexham content. If you want it to go away, stop using your little keyboard or your phone to comment about Wrexham, and it will just go away.
And sometimes, right, people who do comment, they kind of don't make any sense, and they sort of don't really know the facts, which a lot of us don't know the facts because we're not within the club.
Yeah.
And also they say comments which sometimes they look back on and go, I really wish I hadn't said that.
Do you know what I miss? I miss the day when you didn't like something and just to yourself you went, well, I don't like that. and then you got on with your life.
Yeah.
That's what I miss. Now people are going, let's root out more of this, and let's repost this, and let's comment on this, and
bookmarking stuff till the end of the season and stuff.
I saw a Notts County fan
Blimmin' heck.
having a row, an argument with a Swansea fan on a post about Wrexham, and they must have gone back and to about 18 times. Honestly, what do you think that is doing to your algorithm by doing that? I get people want to have their say, but you can't have it both ways. You can't. You just can't.
I think a lot of people don't understand how the algorithm works.
But that's on them, isn't it?
Yeah.
They're sitting there going, Wrexham are just everywhere. Yeah, they're everywhere because you keep commenting and reading about it. That's
and we're
why.
just ace as well.
And we're ace as well.
Yeah, so, I mean, everyone's entitled to their own opinion. You didn't, we apologise that it kept going onto the doing a split screen.
Sorry, I'll stop Sean there. I don't apologise.
Well,
whatsoever.
no, I don't. I'm just trying to be nice.
No, don't bother.
I
don't bother. They'll hate us, whatever. Nobody needs to apologise for that. There's nothing wrong with it.
What people have to remember is Rob and Ryan are legendary business people. They know what they're doing.
Sky know what they're doing.
Sky knew what they were doing. So it's like, just, it's just so, it's such a yawn fest. Every week we've got something else that's,
yeah, I dare say, right, they were sitting in Sky going, right, is this a good idea? Shall we do this? And somebody's popped up and gone, do you know what? If we do this, 70% of the audience will be furious. So what do you think we should do? The bosses have gone, really? Like, how angry? Oh, like, absolutely fuming about it. And Sky have gone, brilliant. Let's do that.
Where do we sign?
That is what people have got to understand. That Sky do not care about annoying...
About the 70%.
The life out of that 70% because they know the engagement they're going to get from that 70% because they hate it so much is better than paying £5 million to put TV adverts on. That's better for them in this modern world than it is for them to pay millions of pounds to put adverts on the TV. That is the situation we're in. And the sooner people realise that, the better it will be for their own mental health. Because, and this is why one of the reasons I don't like social media, because it literally knows what you're thinking.
Yeah.
But it only knows what you're thinking if you keep typing about it. Let's move on. Look, injury watch. We've got a few. We got a few. Obviously, Ben Sheaf's out for the season. We don't need to talk about Ben anymore. Kiefer is out for an estimated 4 weeks. Although, if you listen to certain reports on
he's out
what
for the
Parky said,
season.
He could be out from anything from 4 weeks to 12 weeks.
So it's unlikely he'll be playing for Wales in the...
Yeah, which is an absolute killer.
Yeah.
Or if you listen to some other people, he may well... or they're completely unsure of how long he's out for. So he had a tendon tear in his hamstring in the Chelsea game. He's out for an amount of time that we are unclear about at this moment.
He'll be back when he's back. Basically.
He will be.
Could be this season, could be next. We don't know.
Big miss for you for the rest of the season?
Yeah. I mean, he does what he does. But I'm a much bigger fan, I think, of Sam Smith.
I think what you lose now is you lose that option of playing a different way, don't you?
Yeah, I guess.
We saw it in the Chelsea game. We were, for Sam's goal, great ball over the top by Callum. Sam Smith spinning in behind, what he does best, got on the end of it, tucked it away, great. Later in the game, when you need a little bit more control, you throw Kiefer on, you pump balls into him, he holds them up, he fights people off, which Sam can't really do in the same way. What we lose by not having him is we lose that big, ugly forward who's gonna make the defenders life hell, be that at the start of the game or the end of the game or whatever it is. You now lose that option and you're only playing one way. And the problem you've got with that is, do clubs start looking at us going, well, they've only got one way of playing now. They can't mix it up. They can't bring him on. They can't do that. So, yeah, I'm gutted, to be honest. Look, he hasn't been prolific in 2026 in the way that he was for us in 2025. Although, I'd still feel he would have had a lot to offer, and he would have had goals to offer in the latter part of this season.
He's talking about like he's gone.
Yeah, but we don't know how long it's going to be, do we, is the point. So we
Yeah.
might miss all of the games. He might miss 2 of the games.
Yeah.
He might play for Wales and be straight back after. We just don't know at the moment.
I mean, I wouldn't. Even if I was fit enough, I wouldn't chance it playing for Wales.
Well,
With such a big league that you're playing in. But
yeah,
anyway,
I know.
We've also got Kakache. The man.
Who?
Yeah, the man who never ever gets injured.
Apparently,
is injured. Again, he's out for an unknown period. He had a scan last week, which has set him back on returning.
Yeah.
And he's actually since he's been with us since the summer.
Yeah.
He's actually only started 8 games with us, or for us.
That's so depressing.
For a guy who doesn't ever get injured.
I know. I mean, it's a strange one for me because we came in, everyone was really excited. He'd been playing in Serie A in Italy. He looked really good, all the little videos and clips that you'd seen of him. And, everyone's excited. We've got, we've managed to pick up a really good left wing back. And we've spent a good chunk of the season so far watching a central midfielder play there.
Who is doing a good job.
Don't get me wrong, he's doing a brilliant job.
But that's not his position.
That's not his job, is it? You've
No.
got somebody filling in there. But we'll talk a little bit more about that later on. So another one where you just sort of go, who knows? It will be as long as it will be.
I think Kakache is more of an enigma than of when he's coming back than Keith of Moore, to be honest.
Like Lord Lucan, isn't he?
Who knows?
Look, Matty James, another one. Parky said this week, Matty had a rescan on his toe yesterday. This was last week. And it was healing, but slower than we first anticipated. With Matty, we've got to get it right. It's as obvious as that. But time is a great healer. It's like he's broke up his marriage or something. Time is a great healer, and there was a slight complication, which was only really discovered on the second scan. Missing him as well.
He broke his toe, didn't he?
He did, yeah.
We are definitely missing Matty James, definitely.
We're missing someone in that middle, aren't we?
Yeah.
It was quite obvious, I think, last week that, yes, we've got people who can fill in there. Zach Vine has been great since he come in.
Yes.
Really good. He's really done a job in there. But you are missing without sounding disrespectful, I think you're missing an old head. Somebody, not necessarily old in years, but old as in like maturity and experience as someone who knows how to sit and hold that position and can see the whole field and is very comfortable with it. I think you are missing that old head a little bit. And what worries me the most is this is the time of the season that you need that the most. So we need one of them back. We know we're getting Dobbo back at some point. But
3 games I think he's been banned for.
Yeah. So he's missed Hull, he's missed Swansea, he's going to miss
Watford.
one more, and then he'll be back.
So Sheffield United will be back then, hopefully.
Yeah. Look,
unless he's got injured while he's been off, I don't know.
Who knows? Look, tickets are now on sale for the US tour.
General sale, is that?
We had a priority window, us season ticket holders, members, etc. That priority window has now been passed, and they are now on general sale. Quite a few being sold, from what I understand. Wish we were going, but this is just a shout out for anybody who was wondering, shall I go? Shall I not go? The tickets are now on sale if you want to grab them. But yeah. Little bit of admin just to finish off. 2 fixtures have been moved as they have been selected for TV coverage. The first one's Birmingham away, where that will now kick off at 12 p.m. on Sunday, April the 12th. A strange one, that, I think. Sunday at 12 p.m. So the Wrexham fans hate that. The Birmingham fans hate that. The Americans who are supporting Birmingham because of the owner and because of Tom Brady are going to hate that because it's really early in the morning on a Sunday. All the American/Canadian fans of Wrexham who are following the club are also going to hate that because that's like a 4, 5, 6 a.m. start on a Sunday to watch the game.
Yeah, but our fans are hardcore though. We don't moan about it.
I just don't feel like this suits anyone.
Suits Sky, doesn't it? Obviously.
Well, yeah, that's the thing.
And that's all that matters in their eyes.
It is. But hey, how many people are going to share that and fume that Sky are ruining the game and then just drive more people to Sky? Hey. There we go. The other one is our home game against Southampton. That was originally scheduled for April the 6th, which was Easter Monday.
Or just Monday if you don't celebrate Easter.
Yes. And that has now been moved to April the 7th, which is the Tuesday, and that's an 8 p.m. kickoff. The reason for that is Southampton are playing in the quarterfinals of the FA Cup that weekend, so that game has had to be moved. But yeah, we would have been playing in that as well, but there we go. Yeah, got in. Anyway, let's move on.
Welsh word of the week. Welsh word of the week. Welsh word of the week. Welsh word of the week.
It is Welsh word of the week. Sian's dulcet tones there getting us in. We've had
Rude.
What?
Rude.
Why is that rude?
Dulcet?
Yeah.
Doesn't that mean bad?
No. It means like angelic dulcet tones.
Does it?
Yes, it does.
Well, that's a lie.
Okay. I'm getting in trouble for saying it was good when you were originally fuming that I said it was bad.
Well, I know it's a lie.
Okay. I don't know what I could have said there. That would have been all right.
Nothing.
Just completely ambivalent to it.
Yeah.
That was Sian.
That was Sian.
Okay.
My beautiful wife.
Oh, right. Oh, I've got to throw that in. Of course. Look, we've had a message this week with regards to Welsh Word of the Week. So
Best message I've heard for a long time. It's so funny.
Last week's Welsh Word of the Week was agos. Agos meant close because we were so close to defeating Chelsea in the FA Cup. And we got a little message, so I'll play that now.
Hello from Bass River, Nova Scotia, Canada. This is David Derry. Just wanted to try my Welsh word of the week. Agos. As close. I am hoping I'm saying that. By the way, Ryan, I'm starting to like you a little more every time I listen. Still like Sian better. Take care.
Thanks for that, David. Look, no,
I love it. I think
I'll take that. Who wouldn't like Sian more? That's got to be a standard, doesn't there? People like Sian more.
Why do they, though?
Well, why not?
I want compliments. Why do they like me, Ryan?
I don't know. List them in the comments. No. No, but...
Because there'll be some idiot that'll say, oh, she's dead ugly. She's getting...
Yeah, they will be horrible people. Yeah,
I don't want to hear it.
Yeah, but the fact that I am going up in David's estimations, I will take that. I never need to reach Sian's level.
I'm glad I'm just not coming down in estimations.
Yeah, I don't need to reach Sian's level. I don't need to surpass Sian. As long as that I know I am improving in David's eyes, that's all that matters.
All that matters to you is that I love you, and that's
and the people who listen.
Yeah.
And watch. Yeah, I'm that shallow. Yeah, I need love.
You do need
I
love.
need love from lots of different areas. Move on. Look, this week...
I'm not even attempting this.
Yes, you are.
I'm not.
This week's Welsh word of the week is... I want you to have a little go.
Pencampriath.
That is not bad. I know you feel that's bad. It's obviously, if you're watching on YouTube, it's there on the screen for you. I can appreciate that it looks quite daunting. Do you want me to say it?
WR's oor though, isn't it?
Do you want to have another go? It's fine.
Pen champ oorith.
Champ? We're not in France.
Oh, sorry. I just added the H. Pen camp oorith. Oorith.
You're nearly there. It's Pen Campwriaeth.
Oor. I knew that oor is...
Oor.
Oor. W is oor.
So this week's Welsh word of the week is Pen Campwriaeth.
I have no idea what it means, so don't ask me.
It means championship. So I've put that in. Yes. Pen Campwriaeth means championship. So
We've gone from an easy word, agos,
yes,
to now pen campwriaeth.
I feel that people need to start, sort of upping their game with Welsh Word of the Week. So we want to hear some voice notes of people having a go at pen campwriaeth. That's what I want to hear this week. So get your voice notes in. Let's have a listen to them. We'll play some out on next week's show. Yeah, I'm up for that. Yeah. Obviously, that'll be so much easier for you as of next week when we've got a WhatsApp number that you can just literally do it on your phone. I understand that, but yeah. Look, let's talk about Hull. George Dobson out. That was obviously his first of his 3-game suspension. Longman started on the right, which I'm sure you must have been pretty happy about because you've been impressed with Longman.
Oh, he's superb.
Yeah.
Love him.
Superb.
He's superb.
Viner in midfield. We've already mentioned him, but he's doing great. Smith kept his place up front, obviously due to Kiefer's absence because of his injury. I missed the game due to work. I was unable to get out of work. You obviously went to the game. I'm glad I missed it, if I'm perfect.
You didn't miss much. It was a bit... we basically lost in the first 20 minutes.
Yeah, I couldn't watch the game. I wasn't at the game.
No.
I couldn't listen to the game. But the only thing we use an app called SofaScore, which tracks games basically, and it shows you like a momentum chart of who's in possession, who's pushing forward, and it was just all in Hull's favour really in that second half. I did wonder, didn't I? I asked this question last week of how much the Chelsea game had taken out of the players.
Yeah.
And was it? Would you say there was a few tired legs out there on Tuesday?
Well, yeah. I mean, you can't expect to play such a massive game and then 3 days later have the same intensity. It's just, maybe Parky should have rotated a little bit more, but his options, definitely with midfield is very, very, thin on the ground.
You're right. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe, we started off too slow and Hull started, they were quick off the mark. And I just feel like in the Championship, you can't start off slow. You have to, from the minute you start, that ball, your first kick of the ball, the momentum has to be really quick. But obviously, because we played Chelsea 3 days before, tired legs, the intensity just wasn't there. And I to be honest, I think a lot of Wrexham fans knew that was going to be the case.
Yeah, it was a huge worry, obviously. That was going to happen. Windas's shot, which was well saved, I think was the only real thing from the first half. Mm-hmm. 6 minutes before half time, it was a bit of I don't know if it was a controversial free kick. They played the ball out. Callum Doyle sort of just blocked him off completely. Refs give a free kick. Some people will go, nah, it's not a free kick. Some people will go, yeah, it is. But it'll go one way or the other. And, they got the free kick for that. And Joe Gelhardt put it right in the top corner. Wall didn't jump.
Yes, and their manager, because obviously we're in the dugout side where the away team are, and you could see him like mocking us. There was the people who sit in front of us. I heard her saying, "Is he mocking us?" And he was, and he did it a few times, and I thought it was so rude and so unprofessional. It annoyed me a bit.
Yeah.
But there was one... Oh, no, that was in the... Yeah, no, it doesn't matter.
Okay.
No, it was in the that was in the Swansea game. I was just about to say.
Right.
When they shout, it's just I don't understand why managers shout their players.
I know
Because
we're
they're
so
like-
close to them and we don't even know what they're saying.
No.
Yeah, but well, as long as they're getting the message across, though. But yeah, it was a strange one. The wall didn't jump. It ended up right, and not really
Yeah.
right in the top corner. And literally 90 seconds later, Hull go up there again. They get a penalty. Was it a penalty for you?
Don't know. Don't think so.
No, it was hard to tell, I think, wasn't it? Because I think it was Doyle. Doyle's gone to ground again, yeah. Doyle's gone to ground. He's sort of, the lad's running onto it. He's gone to ground to look like he's trying to stop a shot getting away. And I think it's probably a penalty, but it's one of them where you sort of go, I didn't really see any conclusive evidence that, oh, right, I can see now that
I'm sure VAR would have, definitely.
Yeah, I'm sure with their 104 cameras in there. But I didn't really see an angle where I went, yeah, that's 100% a penalty.
Yeah.
But I also didn't see an angle
That it wasn't.
That sort of went, oh, well, that's definitely not a penalty. And I'm sitting here just absolutely going mad because it's not a penalty. I don't know. And I think what I would like to see in that scenario, yes, in this instance, it's detrimental to us. But I always like to see sort of like the advantage going to the attacking team. Because I know people go, well, no. But if you're not sure one way or the other, you've just got to go, all right, we'll just
get on with it.
Get on with it, and then we'll move on. Because it's one of them where you sort of look at and you go, yeah, he probably has taken
Is that
him
the one
out.
where he nudged him and he fell on the floor?
No, he was like he slid in, hasn't he? And and you can't quite tell if he makes contact or not. But look, penalty.
They got the penalty anyway, didn't they?
He got it. Joe Gelhardt stepped up again, saved really well down to his left-hand side.
Arthur's he was great.
Yeah.
Not that great because he let 2 goals in,
but good enough.
Good save.
I think the first half of the second half, so forget the first half, the first half of the second half, the first 20 minutes of the second half, I don't think that was much better.
No, the whole game was just. Yeah, I just think Hull were. I think they knew, obviously, that we'd had the big game with Chelsea 3 days before, and they absolutely capitalised on that. And it worked for them because we were just, they were, from Wrexham side, we were letting too many balls away. We were making silly mistakes. It was just, it was, this happens a lot when you're watching Wrexham. You can have such an amazing game like we did at Chelsea. We did lose, but it was an interesting game. And then you go to another game 3 days later and it's like
a different team.
Yeah, but then you can kind of understand, it is like they went into extra time with Chelsea. It was added time, extra time, and it was a bit of an unknown for us because we haven't got this far in the FA Cup for a long, long time. So, but yeah, I think the fact that we had a game 3 days later had a massive impact on our performance. And like I said, Hull capitalised on that and they absolutely, they triumphed, unfortunately.
They triumphed
and we didn't.
Yeah, I think all the chances seemed to be going to Hull in the first half of the second half. And then they eventually made it 2-0. Lewis Kumas header. And you'll be able to tell me a little bit better, but from the sort of highlights and bits that I've watched, when we went 2-0 down seemed to be the moment when they actually woke up.
Which is not unusual for us, is it?
It really isn't.
Unfortunately.
No.
Yeah, they did. And then obviously Nathan Broadhead got... pulled one back.
Yeah, I mean, it was mainly Kabore came on, didn't he? He made the difference,
Yeah,
I think.
I said to my possibly said it to my mum or possibly said it to Alfie, I can't remember. But I basically just said, have you noticed that as soon as Issa come on, the game changed? And yeah, it did. And, you know, and it's a shame that he wasn't there on sooner, because you just don't know. We could have drawn it or even won it.
Yeah, I mean, it's a weird one. Like I said, he come on and it you know, he looked to be the difference. You know, he was beating his man, getting balls into the box, causing them problems. His cross that set up Nathan for their goal. Another one that bounced off the frame at the bottom of the goal. I don't know if you noticed, but when Nathan put it in, it bounced off that stupid frame at the bottom of the goal and bounced back out again.
Yeah.
Surely we got to get rid of them goals next season.
I think you're going to have to.
Yeah, and then it was all Wrexham.
Just a little too late.
Yeah, it felt like an equaliser was coming. But Kadamatri came on for his debut. He did really well. Ball down the outside, crossed it in, and the stars didn't quite align for Jay Rodriguez, who'd also come on. He headed it, and it was wide. It was a little bit high, came at him a little bit fast. A few people I'd seen commenting that I reckon Stephen Fletcher would have put that in.
I do. And Stephen Fletcher was there, by the way.
Yeah.
He's had a haircut.
Yeah.
Which was weird. And the girl who sits by us goes, "What happened to the man bun?" And he went, "Oh, I've got rid of it."
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a bit of a weird haircut.
Yeah.
I'm not going to lie.
But I do, yeah.
Yeah,
you do,
I think Stephen Fletcher could have, finished that.
Yeah.
I do. I
Look,
really do.
Nothing came of it. We lost 2-1. Hull moved then 6 points clear of us in fifth. They were in fifth anyway. 3 points ahead of them. We won that. We went into fifth.
Yeah.
But we've lost. They went 6 points clear of us. But yeah, and then so we move on to Swansea, which was on Friday night. I'll be honest, I was nervous, I think, after I'd had like this sort of like epiphany that we were really going to struggle after the Chelsea game. And that was true.
We did.
We did. We massively struggled. And I thought, ooh, I don't like it when I'm right, when it's detrimental to the team. But then you sort of go, we had a day less to prepare then for Swansea after that performance. You know, just another 3 days and you're straight in again. And you sort of feel like, oh, I don't know. I wasn't feeling it going into this game. I really wasn't.
We were a bit like, because I'd been off on the Friday, and you came home from work and we were just sitting on the sofa, and it was like, I'm really cozy now.
Yeah.
I kind of don't want to go out.
Yeah.
Because
we did, obviously.
Oh,
but...
yeah, obviously we did. But you just think, don't you think, oh, I'm not sure I can sit through 90 minutes of that again. But as Wrexham fans, you sit through the good and you sit through the bad.
Of course
so
you
we
do.
did go.
Yeah.
And yeah, I'm glad I did.
Yeah. I think Kabore, obviously, after his good display,
Yeah.
when he came on Tuesday, he started in place of Longman. Rathbone came in for Windass. I think it's fair to say results are all that matter.
Of course they do.
This time of the season.
Yes.
But
Points mean prizes.
they do, very much so. But is it a little bit frustrating to only have 34% of the ball we had all game? Does it bother you watching the lads have so little possession? Do you know what I mean? What?
If we lose, yeah. But if we win, it's like, well, it doesn't really matter, does it?
So can you do that in your head? Can you sort of go, look, we've barely had any of the ball, but we've won, so I'm all right with it, and we move on?
Yeah.
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 Okay.
I'm not like, I don't look at the stats and go, oh my God, look, they had 75 shots on target. We had 2. I don't sit there and analyse the two teams.
No, but I don't think you needed to analyse anything on Friday night to
tell.
know that they had loads more of the ball than we did. I don't know if I feel frustrated at times because ultimately we know what happened and we kept a clean sheet and we scored twice.
Mm-hmm.
And, you know, a lot of people going, how are these in the playoffs? And it's like, well, I think it's always about, it's about how you create what am I trying to say? It's what you do with the chances you get is the important thing. And we might not be creating loads of chances, but we know what we do when we get them.
Exactly. When we get them, we know what to do. And this is what irritates me about people when they say, why are these in the Championship? And, we have got to the Championship and we are we're currently 6th in the playoffs. And that is just a massive achievement. And it's like, why can't people be positive about the team? Why do they always have to think about, there's this little rundown town in North Wales. Where were you when, you were poop? And all that, it just annoys me. We've got to where we've got through pure grit and determination.
And a lot of money. The first chance of the game fell to Franco. His shot, it just ended up going straight at Arthur, but it came as a result of Callum Doyle giving the ball away in the middle of the field. I felt like we gave the ball away a lot on Friday.
We did. But like you said, we gave the ball away, but then when we got it back, we knew kind of, how to create the chances with it.
Yeah, maybe
but it was quite dangerous the amount of times that we were giving that ball away, to be fair.
I think credit where it's due as well. I think Nathan Broadhead looked lively on Friday.
Yeah, he's improved for me so much. I think it was definitely a confidence thing with him. He'd had a few games where he was just he wasn't him, is the person that you thought he was going to be when we bought him. But now I feel like he's definitely come into his own. He's grown into it. Yeah, I just think he's been superb for the past few games, I think. And he deserves to be in the starting 11, definitely.
Yeah, he was lively. I remember his sort of like weird looping header forced the keeper into a good save. And obviously he got the goal. Callum Doyle through ball, controlled well, nice little turn, nice little bit of skill. Great. I mean, shout out for the through ball. It was a great sort of like defense splitting pass.
Yeah.
But he took it away really well. For that goal.
He even swapped like feet to like get it in, didn't he?
Look, great. It was a great finish, and really happy with that. Arthur got some stick on Friday night. Every time he had the ball, the Swansea fans were sort of on his back a little bit. Every time he was going to kick it, there was the whole... Obviously, because of the mistake he made against them in the away game, which gifted them all 3 points. But having said that, he made a great save from Zan Vipotnik when he went clean through. We were sitting there clean through. You sort of felt like they were going to score. Arthur made a great save. I've since watched it back. I'm not taking anything away from the save, but I was quite surprised at the way Vipotnik took that chance, because he's clean through. He can put it anywhere. He's opened his body up so, really slowly, sort of telegraphed that I'm going this way. Mm-hmm. And I felt like it made the save a lot easier for any goalkeeper. When you do that and you open yourself up, you're sort of obviously going one way. I mean, the great strikers then go the other way. But, it felt like he telegraphed it a little bit. I'm not taking anything away from Arthur. Yeah, sorry, I forgot his name. Look, 1-0 at half time. Early in the second half, Lewis O'Brien was sort of powering forward, and I was shouting for him to hit it. He felt like he was in acres of space. He got within sort of 25 yards of the goal.
And he just passed it.
He just laid it off to Broadhead.
He bottled it.
Do you think, obviously, as the season's sort of gone on, he has come in for a little bit of like, he needs to fix his shooting and, all that sort of thing.
Does he, though? Because he's not a striker.
He's not, but he is getting in lots of positions where he could be scoring.
He is, yeah.
Do you think that maybe he has lost some confidence in the shooting department as the season's gone on? Because for me, if I'd like to think if that was me in that position, I would hit it there.
Yeah.
I wouldn't be laying it off to someone. I would be hitting that because the goal's there in front of you.
Yeah.
You got one defender there. For me, I think you hit that. So has he lost the confidence?
Possibly. He possibly has. I mean, like, you know, he's people have said his finishing isn't the best, and that's what he needs to work on. So maybe he just doesn't feel confident. You know, he had 2 amazing chances, one at Chelsea and what was it? I'm sure it was Hull. Oh no, it would have been that game. Sorry, so he had one at Chelsea. Sorry, and you know he should have just took the horn by the balls.
The bull
by the horns and just shot it. You know,
he should have hit it. It was there to be hit.
And do you know what? I would say probably 80% that would have gone in.
Oh, I don't know. You don't know, do you?
You don't know, but I just feel like he was in such a good position to get that in.
Yeah, I know. Look, then came I've seen Swansea fans moaning there was more than one penalty appeal. There wasn't. There was one penalty appeal, and the others really didn't matter because they weren't. So ball goes through. I think it was Franco. Dom Hyam goes to close him down. There's a little bit of a nudge. Franco goes down. Ref says no penalty. Before I give my opinion, what was your opinion? Penalty or no penalty?
Is that with Sheaf? Not Sheaf, Hyam.
Yes.
Yeah, I think it was a penalty.
I completely agree. I mean,
it wasn't just a little accident. It was a shove.
Ref's got a great view. He's got a great view. When it happened, I turned to my dad and I went, that's a penalty.
Yeah.
And he didn't give it. And I thought, we've got away with one here. And I thought, maybe it was shoulder to shoulder. I've seen the replay. So Dom's come to sort of go shoulder to shoulder with Franco. Franco's nipped in front of him. And what he's ended up doing is shouldering him in the back. Look, I keep saying it. Always try and be honest on here, you know. And if I feel like we've got away with one, I'll say we got away with one.
Yeah.
In my opinion, we 100% got away with one.
We did.
Because for me, that was a penalty all day long.
Yeah.
You know, you've gone shoulder first into the back. It wasn't a light contact where you sort of feel, look, he's gone down easy. Of course he has. He's felt a 6 foot 14 stone man in his back. So, you know, do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's like, of course he's gone down. Penalty, and we've 100% got away with one there. But, you know, and that was obviously at 0-0. Snapshot then by Stemenic, which was well saved by Arthur. Did you feel like an equaliser was coming for them because they seemed like possibly they were the better team? Or did you feel like, no, I think we're holding our own here? Or did you think they were building to an equaliser?
I think they were building to an equaliser, but I wouldn't say they were better than us.
Okay, all right, fair enough.
But you could tell by the way that they were pressing at Swansea, that they were, you know, you could safely say that there was going to be, well, you can't safely say because it didn't happen, but you could sort of feel like something was going to come of them pressing us.
Yeah.
But obviously it didn't. And, you know, you kind of... I'm not going to sit here and say that the Swansea players were rubbish, because they weren't. They you know, they came there to do a job and to kind of back us down.
Yeah.
But I think that we kind of, what's the word? Kind of held our own.
Yeah, absorbed the pressure. And
Yeah. Which, you know.
Yeah, I mean, I think they're very good with the ball at feet.
Yeah, they are.
Swansea, they've got lots of nice touches and passes. I just don't feel they created that much, and what they did, I felt they wasted. So on another day, you know, perhaps it would have been a different story, but I was impressed with how good they were with the ball. But I felt they let themselves down in the final third attacking areas where you sort of feel like, there's, This is the sort of meaty end of the stick where you should be scoring goals, and they just haven't got that all the time, and that was the difference on the night, I think. There was a bit of a red card shout, which I wasn't very happy with. Ball goes through. It was Josh Timon. Handball on the halfway line. If he doesn't handball that, Sam Smith's clean through. Ref decides to give a yellow. Your opinion?
Red all day long. He actually, you could see it at the time, obviously, because it's live and it's so quick. But when you look at the replay on the highlights, no, it's not on the highlights. Sorry,
no, it's not.
When you, I think no. I tell you where we watched it, because we had a screen in front of us.
Yeah.
We watched the replay like on the day, and you could clearly see that he sort of like purposely swung himself so it would get he would get that sort of contact on it. It was a red for me all day long.
I don't understand how that's not a red. I saw a few people going, he got pushed in the back, that's why he handled it. It doesn't matter what happened, the refs give him a yellow for that,
so he's obviously known that he's done,
so he knows he's handled it. So the only thing he hasn't done is assessed correctly whether that was a denial of a goal scoring opportunity, which it was.
Yeah. So
he should have been sent off. He was very lucky to stay on, and we finally put it to bed about 10 minutes after that. On 88 minutes, great ball from Thomason, header by Doyle. We thought he'd scored, but it was actually not on target. It deflected off Liam Cullen for an own goal.
Still celebrate it though, didn't they?
Yeah, of course you got to, haven't you? Just in case it's given to you.
Yeah.
We talked about Thomason before.
We did.
I said we would come back to it. For one of the first times ever in this show.
I know, we're rubbish at that.
I knew there was a note, that's why I said it. Thomason, for you, he has been great.
He has.
He does have games when at left wing back.
He's not great.
He's not great,
but you can
still doing a job.
Yeah.
I'm not knocking him. He has games when he's great. Games when he's just there, and he's not terrible. He's not great. He's just there. The question now is, he's been a little bit of a revelation, hasn't he?
Yes.
At left wing back, you've put him there and you've gone, actually, he's really good at it. And then what happens when Kakache comes back?
I think the natural thing is for Thomason to kind of make his way back to the actual position that he plays.
Yes.
Okay. And because Kakache is good. He is good. We just haven't seen enough of him.
Yeah, there is that.
So yeah, I think the natural thing would be for Thomason to go back into his natural position, and for Kakache to resume his position. Yeah. So yeah, and but you can't take anything away from Thomason. He's stepped up, and he has done a superb job.
Yeah, he has. Look, players do change positions.
They do.
Even in their, I'm not talking about youth or anything like that. Players change position. It's rare, but they do during their professional career.
Wasn't there a player who was like a player, but then he turned into a goalkeeper?
I don't know.
Or the other way around?
Not that I'm aware of, but maybe they were a goalkeeper in their youth. I think Edison. It was Edison, Man City's keeper. He played outfield when he was younger. He wasn't quite good enough. So he didn't want to go in goal, but he went in goal, and he actually ended up.
Maybe it was Alfie that told me that fact. Then
I don't know. We watched that on a video, me and Alfie, so I'm not sure.
Yeah.
Maybe he might have done. One that's a little bit more recent and a little bit more sort of like close to home. So like Joe Linton, for example, plays for Newcastle. Newcastle signed him as a striker.
Right.
He was awful as a striker when they signed him. And they've somehow managed to convert him to a central defensive midfielder.
Is he better at that?
He's brilliant at that.
There you go then.
Absolutely brilliant at that. So, it does happen. Stranger things have happened. We'll have to see what Parky has in store for him. Look, the win kept us 6th. We are now 6 points. We were 6 points clear of Southampton in 7th, but they went and closed the gap back to 3.
They ruined it on Saturday.
When they won 2-1 away at Coventry. 9 games left, Sian. How do you see the season panning out for us?
Well, I'm still going to... I think we'll win more games than we'll lose.
Okay.
I am still going to stick... I mean, if we get in the playoffs, hallelujah, that would be brilliant. But I'm still going to stick with what I said at the beginning of the season. And if we finish 12th, I would be like...
I'm not sure we can drop to 12th.
I don't think we can. But what I'm saying is, if we did...
Anything above
12th...
Yeah, happy.
I think because that's what I've said all season long. I never anticipated us being in the playoffs. Never, ever in my wildest dreams.
No, certainly not at this point.
No. So if any at 12 or above, I'd be happy.
I feel right, and I don't want to be all negative, but I feel that there are teams that are going to finish stronger than we are.
We've got a tough few games ahead of us.
We do. I feel that one of them is Southampton.
Yeah.
Southampton look very, very good at the moment. And the fact that they are the team that are 3 points behind us, we've also got to play them. I am a little bit worried that possibly we're going to fall a little bit short when it comes to the playoffs. I'm very much like you. Anything, for me, 10th and up would be a great season. Having said that, the fact that we've been in the playoffs for so long, I think it would be, I don't know, it would be a little bit of a dagger to the heart to sort of miss out when you've been in there for so long and you're so close. I do worry that the other teams do look stronger than us at the moment. Look, Wrexham throughout my life have surprised me. So I would love it for this to be another time when they go and surprise me, and we manage to hold on to a playoff spot. We will just have to wait and see. Where do you think they're going to finish? Comment on the video if you're watching on YouTube. Email us. Root us out on social media. Whatever it is, get in touch and let us know. Quick fancy EFL update. I'm just calling them A. I'm not even giving them a name this week. A. Wilcox is still top, 2,769. Ian Dougal, still second. Come on, Ian, you need to crank it up here. 2,712. And Joshua is in third, 2,639.
Talking of Ian Dougal, Ian, were you at the Swansea game on Friday? Because I swear I walked past you, but because I wasn't 100% sure it was you, I didn't want to say hello.
I didn't. Yeah, I remember you saying something, but
I'm
I didn't.
Sure that's Ian, but I wasn't 100% sure.
I didn't.
So if it was you, Ian, I was not being ignorant. I was a bit worried that it wasn't you and just somebody that looked like you. So I apologise. But yeah.
Yeah, look, we got 2 games coming up this week. They're both away from home. The first one is Watford, which is our 38th league game of the season. It's on Tuesday.
Paddy's Day.
It is Paddy's Day, yeah. Tuesday the 17th of March at 7:45, and it is away at Vicarage Road. It's about 178 miles away, ground to ground. That's 3.5 hours. They're 10th in the Championship at the moment on 52 points. They lost 3-1 away at Stoke on Saturday. They've only won 2 of their last 12 games. Which
didn't you say that's in the last 5 games they've won those 2 games?
In their last 5, they've won 2, lost 2, and drawn 1. So them 2 games are in the last 5. Yes, the last 5 at home, they've won 1, drawn 1, and lost 3. Our last 5 away, we have won 4 and drawn 1. So we are looking good. The last time we lost away from home.
Just happened to be.
Was Swansea on the 19th of December. We drew our last encounter with Watford 2-2 on the 13th of December thanks to a 92nd minute equaliser from Ollie Rathbone. Their top scorers are Luca Kurumgard on 9 and Imran Louser on, or Loser, however you want to pronounce it, on 6. Prediction, Sian.
I'm going to go 2-1 to Wrexham.
I'm gutted because I went 2-0 for 2 games in a row. And then I decided to switch my 2-0 for a 3-0 against Swansea. And it ended up being 2-0. So I'm going to go back to 2-0.
Okay.
2-0 Wrexham. Okay.
So 0-2.
Sheffield United?
Sheffield United is our 39th league game of the season, and we will play them on Saturday, the 21st of March at 3 p.m. away at Bramall Lane. Sheffield is about 89 miles away, which is 2 hours roughly, depending on traffic. They are 15th in the Championship at the moment on 50 points. They drew 1-1 away at Birmingham on Saturday. Their last 5 games, they've won 1, drawn 2, lost 2. Their last 5 home games, they've won 2, lost 1, they've won 2, drawn 1 and lost 2. Our last 5 away games, we've won 4 and drawn 1, which obviously Ryan's just said previously. So that hasn't changed in the 5 seconds between.
No.
We last played Sheffield United on Boxing Day, or if you don't celebrate Boxing Day, the 26th of December.
Yeah.
And it was an epic game. Right, Alfie is still gutted that he missed that game because we beat them 5-3. It was amazing. We really got our own back against them, didn't we? Their top scorers is Patrick Bamford on 9 goals and Callum O'Hare on 9 goals. Did you give me this one because you knew I couldn't pronounce the other names?
What, Kurumgard? Yeah, I knew. I thought the first 2 letters of their top scorer's surname are KJ, and I thought, there is not a chance you will know how to pronounce this, so I'll go first and I'll let Sian go second.
You did.
Because you've got Callum and Patrick as the top scorers.
You can't go wrong there.
You could. You could, but, you know.
Yeah. So, predictions.
2-0.
Okay.
Look, it feels really boring, and I am going to start going so rogue with my score predictions. Like, I mean, people are going to be going, what does he think he's talking about? I'm going big because I don't think I can pull this season.
Aren't
back.
you doing that in our league thing as well that we've got with my brother and Alfie?
Yeah. I'm going big, yeah.
Didn't help you on Saturday though, did it? Really?
No, not really. But no. I'm so far ahead, it doesn't matter in that. So
2-0 to Wrexham.
Yeah. What are you going?
I'm gonna go Sheffield United. They're not doing too badly at the moment.
No.
So I'm going to go 2-1 to Wrexham.
Cool. Look, a few emails that we've had in this week. We're going to keep a little slot at the end of the show moving forward, any emails that we've got in. Because we're quite lax with them at times.
It's so difficult to
That's another reason WhatsApp's come in.
Yeah.
Because it's easier for us to monitor. So we had an email from Linda.
Our favourite Linda.
In regards to Wrexham coming here to the US this summer, I have thoughts. We'll pass them on for you, Linda. I think they should spread the wealth. I live in the Midwest here in... is it St. Louis or St. Louis?
She did tell us and I can't remember.
I know. That one isn't stock, I'm afraid.
Hang on.
We have a...
Hey, Siri. How do you say St. Louis?
What an absolute waste of time that was.
Sorry, I don't understand.
We have a professional soccer team in the same league as the Vancouver team we played the summer before last. The stadium is brand new and state-of-the-art. Top level of being kind to the environment. Articles have been written about this stadium. There is also a stadium in Kansas, about a 4-hour drive. There are a lot of Midwest Wrexham fans. We're not too far from Chicago, Indiana. They could fill a stadium. East Coast and West Coast are super expensive in every way. So I'd rather save my money and come to Wrexham to see a match and the town and meet you for a cocktail.
I love that last bit. And meet you all for a cocktail.
Yeah, I think
mine would have to be a mocktail because I don't drink.
It's hard to know, isn't it, really? Yes, I understand why they do the East Coast and why they do the West Coast, but maybe the people centrally are missing out a touch, and I do get that. Unfortunately, I don't see that changing too much in the near future, but
you'd never know, do you?
You don't.
We had an email from Richard Strayer. Love you both is the subject. Good day from Texas. Been listening for about a year and really enjoy listening and getting some weekly Wrexham talk. When me and my wife come enjoy Wrexham AFC in person, hopefully we can meet and we can buy you both a pint, a coffee if you insist. Tea for me, please.
I will insist on the pint.
Yeah, but I don't drink. So, question. At the 3:02 mark, you mentioned the women's team getting some silverware. For a Yank, silverware is what we eat with at the supper table. We would say hardware.
Never
Thank you
knew that.
Again, Richard. No, I didn't.
Wouldn't have known that.
But
silverware is just what clubs call...
Because it's silver, isn't it?
That's just what they call winning a trophy.
But we call cutlery silverware as well. So it's anything that's silver is silverware.
Well, we don't. We're not.
No, we are.
We are not of that social standing.
No, we're not. We're
not.
We're not. What's the very highest class?
Upper
class. Yeah, we're not upper class.
No, we're not.
So we just say knife, fork, and spoon.
Nicole got in touch. Huge fan of the pod. I listened to all of your episodes and just love y'all both so much.
I love you, Nicole.
Yes, I'm the one who says y'all a lot. Because it's mandatory where I live, and frankly, you just get used to doing it, that it becomes a terrible, unbreakable habit. However, if someone is addressing you that way, it is meant with affection. Oh. And if you need to address more than 3 or 4 people at once, you just say all y'all to make it plural.
I like that. I might just bring that into my vocabulary.
Glad we got that covered. And no, I don't think I have an accent, maybe a small one, because we've been here for 26 years now. Anyway, Hubs and I have everything booked for a visit to Wrexham the weekend of the 18th of April. Sorry, you do your dates back to front compared to us. So I'm not saying it. Yeah, but anyway. For the Stoke City match, told you I'd reach out. Would love to connect and grab a cup of coffee or a pint. Always a pint. I also don't want to put you all out, so absolutely 100% zero pressure to do so. 100% we will do that, Nicole. More than happy to. I do have somebody to shout out in relation to that. Jay, who came over for the Swansea game the other day. We'd planned to meet up with Jay, and we were gutted that we couldn't. He wanted to meet up on Saturday, but we had a absolutely crazy busy Saturday
day.
Absolutely Ramo. We couldn't get to meet him. So then we said, why don't we meet on Friday? But then he had tickets to the Turf fan zone, which he was going to be in before I'd even finished work and got home. So unfortunately, we weren't able to meet Jay, but Jay is coming back. So we'll be able to meet up with Jay.
Yes. So yeah, if anybody's coming over and they would like to see our faces, then just let us know, and we will do everything in our power to meet up with you. So we can see what people, put names, faces to names.
Yeah.
So we apologise, JB for unfortunately not being able to meet you.
Yeah, look, some scenarios will be like that. We always try and meet everyone, but sometimes it just they're doing something, we're doing something, and we can never seem to get it together. But we'll make every effort.
We have so many little Saturdays off.
Yeah,
that we have to cram all our boring admin-y, usual rubbishy stuff that we wouldn't usually do on a Saturday. So
yeah,
that's what happened. If you would like to support the show, you can show the support. You could start that again, rewind. If you would like to support the show, then you can do so in a few different ways. You can like and subscribe if you are watching us on YouTube, which is absolutely free, but it absolutely helps us out. If you enjoy the podcast, why not leave us a 5-star review on whatever platform you listen to us on. We also have, when we do our live at the end of the games, which haven't been very successful of late.
No, sorry for that. It's for whatever reason, the signal after a game has been poor. We keep freezing. Sometimes it's cutting off. So they haven't been very successful. We're looking into alternatives at the moment. We will come back to you on that. As it stands, we will still be doing live straight after the final whistle.
But whether they're successful or not is down to the signal, basically.
Yeah, the next few games won't matter. They're away games, which we are not travelling to, so we will be in the studio, so we will be live for them. So they're not a problem.
So yeah, if you do listen to our lives on YouTube, you can super chat us, which we, so after when I'm not even sure how you do it, but yeah, you can super chat us. And also you can hype our videos. All you need to do is click on our go onto our profile, on YouTube, and at the bottom it's got various options like comment.
I'll cut in. You don't go onto our profile. So when you're on this video, you're watching, look below that video and you will see our logo. Scroll to the right of our logo and you'll see all that sort of stuff. And if you keep scrolling right, you will see hype. Click on it, confirm the hype at the bottom, and it boosts up the hype charts.
And you can do that 3 times.
Yeah.
For free. Doesn't cost you anything. Or alternatively, if you would like to buy us a coffee, you can do so by visiting buymeacoffee.com/methewife.
If you do want to contact us, you can comment on this video if you're watching on YouTube. We'll read through them all. We'll use them, some of them. We won't use all of them, and we'll try and get back to everybody. You can root us out on social media. We are at Me The Wife Pod. If you're listening as a podcast, look at the bottom of the description and you will see You will see.
I was trying to let that one go. But...
I know. I couldn't even let that one go. You will see contact the show. Click that and that message will come straight to us. Or you can email us, me, the wife, and wrexhamafc@gmail.com. Quick shout out for Dragon Chat before we do the quiz. It's a mental health peer support group. They run 2 weekly Zoom calls. One is on a Monday at 8 p.m. That is for women. The other is at 7 p.m. on Thursday. That's for men. The best way to find all the details of how to get on them calls, if you go to the Wrexham AFC website, go to the Communities tab and scroll to Health, you'll find Dragon Chat in there. Alternatively, all the details of how to get on them calls are in the description of this and every episode we've ever done on YouTube. Right, quiz time. Come on, we've been babbling on. Let's get through this. Question 1. Oh, sorry, are you ready?
Yeah, get on with it.
We face Watford on Saturday. I mentioned that Ollie Rathbone scored the equaliser when we last met. But in what minute did I say he scored?
92nd.
It was 92nd. Well done. I love throwing these little listening challenges in for you. Because you never listen to me.
I don't.
Question 2. Our other opponents this week are Sheffield United. We all remember the epic 5-3 win on Boxing Day. But what was the score at half time?
2-2.
That's
not one of the options.
We can go with that if you want.
No.
Was it 1-1? Was it 2-1 to Sheffield United, 3-1 to Sheffield United, or 3-2 to Sheffield United?
2-1.
2-1 to Sheffield United at half-time, yeah?
Yeah, I can't remember.
It was not. It was 3-2 to Sheffield United. I forgot to put the actual answer on the thing, but it was 3-2. Question 3. Which Wrexham player's last goal came in that game against Sheffield United? Okay, there are options.
Oh, good.
Matty James, Ryan Longman, Kiefer Moore, or George Dobson?
Ryan Longman.
It was Ryan Longman, yes, correct. What's that, 2 out of 3? Flying. Look, question 4. Look, question 4.
I was thinking that. Look, question 4.
No. We all enjoyed our victory against Swansea on Friday night. Apart from the possession stats, the game was pretty even. We had the same amount of corners, committed the same amount of fouls, made the same amount of tackles, and received the same amount of free kicks. Is that true or false?
False.
That's true.
Is it?
Yes, strange little parallels
That's
in that
mad.
game. Shots as well. I think it was 11-10. So that was literally one away from that being the same as well.
That's
but
mad.
yeah, it is weird that. Question 5. So this is for 3 out of 5. So you need to nail this one. Hull beat us on Tuesday and opened the scoring thanks to Joe Gelhart's free kick.
Mm-hmm.
He became the first player to score against us in 2 separate games this season.
True.
Is that true or false?
True.
That is false. He didn't score in the first game. Ben Brereton Diaz was the first. He did it for Derby. And Jovan Makama has also done it for Norwich as well. But Joe Gelhart has not done it at all.
Thanks, Joe.
Thanks, Joe. Thanks for everything. Look, thank you very much for joining us. I've enjoyed it this week. It's been
You always
fun.
say that.
I do enjoy. I just enjoy doing it though. It's fun to me. This is my fun.
This is your poison.
Yeah, if you like. Yeah, whatever.
You know, you could be married to somebody worse, to be fair.
I could be. Yeah, a lot
No,
worse.
you. I mean, me married to you. You could be out every weekend.
Oh, I thought you said I could be. Yeah, I could be married to someone worse as well, though. What? Anyway, thanks for joining us. See you next week. Bye.